I'm Brandon Combs alongside my co-host Ryan Fitzgibbons. Tonight, we have a lot to get to. We are going to be talking about White Sox, as you can hear the sad music playing in the background. We are going to talk about the Chicago Cubs and how David Ross is just pushing every button that I have in my baseball IQ. And we're going to talk some Bears. But if you miss any part of today's live broadcast, you can now catch us on all podcast platforms, including Amazon Music, Spotify, and Pandora. We're also available on iHeartRadio. As always, make sure to click the like button, share, and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform. If you have any feedback for us or have something you want us to talk about or questions you want us to answer, you can email us at combsandfitz, all one word, combsandfitz@gmail.com. And guys, tonight we are going to start it off with everybody's favorite segment. Are you ready for some Fitzgibberish?
Yeah, damn right I am. And it's a special Fitzgibberish. Yeah, it's a diatribe, a conspiracy theory, and an island in the middle of unapologetic and inaccurate sports talk. Hopefully, we can be inaccurate. We can be accurate today, if any day, on August 22nd, 2023, or you can call it yesterday. Jerry Reinsdorf fired Kenny Williams and Rick Hahn. When Kenny Williams first got an administrative position with the White Sox, I was still a virgin. Yes, you heard that right, Combs. You probably thought it was a shorter distance from now till then, but
that's what she thought too.
That's what she wished. On that same subject, Bill Clinton was not even inaugurated as president yet, and he was very much not a virgin at the time. Yes, Kenny Williams first started with my White Sox in November of 1992. Went on to be special assistant to the chairman, Jerry Reinsdorf, in 94, which isn't really a baseball title. Went on to be the VP of player development in 97 and replaced Ron Schuler in 2000 as GM. He was promoted to executive vice president, if that's even a job, of the White Sox from October 2012 until, yes, I already said it yesterday. Rick Hahn started in 2000 under Kenny when he became GM, was promoted himself to GM in 2012 until he was let go. Yes, as we, or some of us know yesterday. All due respect to these men, but that range of time, even with success, happens about as much in the MLB as a manager intentionally walking a guy on a 1-2 count. It has only happened twice in the history of baseball, and no amount of bluster makes it right. For the uninitiated, Tony La Russa, ex-White Sox skipper, and we'll get back to him, did that twice last year while stubbornly acting shocked when he was questioned on it. Good old Jer Bear, Jerry Reinsdorf, did the last thing he could do other than throw his own geriatric ass under the bus. He fired the last two guys in Chicago, other than, strangely enough, Steve Stone, who were protecting him from himself. He said it. We said it last week on Windy City Sports Talk, which is the show you're currently watching. If he doesn't sell the team, he must fire Hahn and Williams. The only problem is there are not enough people in the organization or in the greater Chicago area to cover up Reinsdorf's rampant arrogance, even if he does resemble a misshapen short bus. Sorry, Jerry. My goodness. Anyway, but we would have given you props, Jerry. A lot of Sox fans were celebrating yesterday. You did what needed to be done. And then there was this via Bruce Levine. Both assistant GMs, Chris Getz and Jeremy Haber, are very highly thought of by White Sox Chairman Jerry Reinsdorf. Getz has flourished as a minor league director. Haber has stepped into an important role as contract negotiator and metrics expert. Flourished. Chris Getz. The White Sox AAA team has an ERA of, yes, a sparkling 636, 6.36, that is. Their AA team, guess what their ERA is? It's a rhetorical question. I'm not asking for you to answer. It's fucking 5.58. Is flourishing code for if no one was working your job, the player would be just as bad, if not worse? This is the complete reverse of the plot line of It's a Wonderful Life. Can you imagine if in that movie the angel erased George Bailey from existence and Bedford Falls was much improved? And then, if we could only top it, there's this. The White Sox have brought back, yes, Sleepy Man, Nosferatu himself, Tony La Russa as a consultant. How dare you, Jerry? How dare you, sir? I see there is something else that undergirds all of this talk, that lies beneath the bad decisions and even worse logic. It is one man's arrogance and how far his tentacles can reach out to help, just help, have a hand in ruining a town. Jerry, the line from that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, goes, each man life touches so many other lives. When he isn't around, he leaves an awful big hole, doesn't he? We've talked about it before, but not in this way. I try not to insult the rich on this show because there are a lot of times it's unfounded and unfair. But this is not that story. It is about Jerry thinking he knows better than you because he built this empire. He bought the Sox and Bills for pennies and made billions, did the work. And what the hell did you ever do to question him? It's a ruling class that mistakes luck for success and money for virtue. There are lines in the town I grew up in on the South Side. Lines we don't really talk about. Lines that aren't visible to those out of towners or not shown on any maps. Lines that none of us cross. Heck, not even the cops want to cross them. And unfortunately, these are not the kind of lines you did at a party in college to stay awake. Not that I would know what I'm talking about there. These are the lines that separate a good neighborhood from a bad neighborhood on the South Side. Whether you like it or not, they separate opportunity from almost certain failure. They have been there all my life and the entire time Jerry has owned this team. Those lines are the very reason why the team will almost definitely be moved out of Chicago. I am ashamed of those lines and their perpetual existence. But Jerry, you use them as a negotiation tactic because that has nothing to do with you, right? In 1988, when threatening to move the White Sox to Tampa, you famously said, my conscience is clean. You see the difference with being a White Sox fan more than a fan of any other team, and we can argue about this, Combs, was that it was ours. It was the only thing uniquely Southside that seemed to rise above the systematic crime problem. Every season, whether you liked it or not, had the specter hanging over it. If we aren't good enough and no fans show up, is this team going to move? Every game had a larger weight. Let me ask you just 3 questions, Jerry. If the Expos won the World Series in 2003, would they still be in Montreal? If the owners of your boyhood team, the Brooklyn Dodgers, thought of people instead of the bottom line, would there still be an Ebbets Field? If you never existed, would you leave a hole or more of the landfills that litter the South Side? You can call me dramatic, but on this show, we call that Fitzgibberish, my friends. Combs?
Dude, that might be the best one yet. And I think that your heart is completely shattered by this team. And I don't even mean to laugh, but I don't even know what to do anymore.